Where I'm from has been quite a problem in this church, and I understand that. But I'm a little cold-natured, and this morning I failed to put my blanket up last night, and this October morning, because it's like October out there, I was a little cold, but I decided that this morning I would be from Nome, Alaska. That's about how cold I felt when I first woke up this morning. So I want to continue what I said to you 2 weeks ago, if I may, this morning, laying emphasis upon the importance of your life and mine. Because I believe that many of the world's problems today grow directly out of the fact that we have lost a sense of the consequence of our own personal lives, that they can make a difference in the world. And I was remembering when I first awoke this morning, a thing that they tell me that is chiseled on the arch over the door at the old YMCA building in Boston. I've never seen it, so I don't know, I can't verify it, but they tell me it's chiseled in stone over the door of the old Y building downtown Boston. It says, "Be very careful what you do, for you are the only Bible that some people will ever read." I want to quote it for you again because I'd like to write it across your heart if I could and make you aware of how consequential your life is, not only in the life of your family and of your church and your community, but in the life of the world. Be very careful what you do, for you are the only Bible that some people will ever read. That's a pretty challenging word. But when Jesus spoke toward the end of his brief ministry to his disciples, he said to them, as is recorded here in the book of Acts, "You shall be witnesses of me in Jerusalem and in all of Judea and in Samaria and to the uttermost parts of the earth." And I come quoting that this morning, believing that it is as fresh a challenge, as great a responsibility, as high a privilege as was ever given to the human family, and is as fresh as if it were given to us this morning. A long time ago, I read a little story about a family that lived out in the countryside that had a little 5-year-old named Mary. And girls named Mary are pretty sassy anyhow, and 5-year-olds, get along quite well by themselves. The father worked away from home and was never home in the morning when Mary was just first out of bed. He didn't see her until he came home in the late afternoon. He came home one afternoon from his work and said to his wife and Mary's mother, "Where is Mary?" She said, "She's out on the back stoop drawing pictures." The father went quickly through the house and out on the back porch where his daughter was sitting on the step and said to her, "Honey, what are you doing?" She said, "I'm drawing a picture of God." "Oh," he said, "you can't draw a picture of God. Nobody's seen God. Nobody knows what he looks like. You can't draw a picture of God." But sassy little Mary said, "You wait until I've finished and somebody will have drawn a picture of God." Truth of the matter is, the father didn't know what he was talking about. Because somebody has drawn upon the canopy of human history what God is like. Toward the end of Jesus' brief ministry, his disciples came to him and said to him, "Show us the Father, and it sufficeth us." Now, I'll translate it in my own way because I can't say sufficeth and you can't either. They said, "Show us the Father, and we'll be satisfied." And Jesus looked at that little group of disciples stood around him and said, "Have I been so long with you, and yet you have not known me? If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. How can you say to me then, show us the Father? I submit that every one of us is a theologian in his own right. That we believe something about God,